Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Today we're going to be looking at Psalm 104. Now we're just going to do the first part this week. The first part is going to take us through verse 17. So we're going to take some big bites, like today we're going to read verses 1 through 4. But then for the remainder of the week, I think we'll be okay, except till we get to the end. We'll take another big bite in 14 through 17. This is another Psalm of David. We have that in the introduction. Well, actually, we don't. There is, in the Masoretic text, there is no introduction for this psalm. The Septuagint has of David. So that's their commentary on this particular psalm. This begins very much like 103 ended, so they're partners, they're mates, I guess we could say, in the Psalter because of the connecting ideas between the two. Psalm 103 ended, "Bless the Lord, O my soul," and then Psalm 104 begins, "Bless the Lord, O my soul." So here we have it again. And again, just like Psalm 103, this is about the Lord. And I've entitled this, "Thou art very great," because that's exactly what the psalmist says here in verse 1, and it just kind of carries through the entirety of at least this first half. We're going to call this first half part 1, "Thou art very great," because he talks about the Lord. He addresses his comments to God, and then that's through verse 9, and then he addresses his comments about God in 10 through 17. So we have this, it's all about him, what he's done, and his greatness and his glory. So we're going to focus on that this week. Now let me go ahead and read for us verses 1 through 4. "Bless the Lord, O my soul. O Lord my God, thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty. Who covers thyself with light as with a garment? Who stretches out the heavens like a curtain? Who lays the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who makes the clouds his chariot? Who walks upon the wings of the wind? Who makes his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire?" Now that takes us down through verse 4, and you can see right away, there's no doubt about it, you just hear me read the words, and you have, "You are very great, you are clothed with honor and majesty," and then you have the who's. A lot of owls here. Who covers yourself? Who stretches out? Who lays? Who makes? Who walks? Who makes? And then again in verse 5, who laid? So then in 5, we're going to begin, or actually in 6, we're going to begin the you and your section down through verse 9. But here we have all the who's. But we begin with the you. You are very great. You are clothed with honor and majesty. And then in verse 2, he says, "You cover yourself with light as with a garment." So he remains with the clothing theme, honor, majesty, and light. But the light, he puts it on like he does a garment. That's how great God is. He's able to weave the beams of light together into a garment. "Who covers thyself with light as with a garment, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain." The similitude is beautiful here. Like a curtain, as with light. Who lays the beams of his chambers in the waters, who makes the clouds his chariot, who walks upon the wings of the wind. Here again is the greatness of God. His beams he lays in the waters. What waters? Well, the waters of creation, where it all began. Who makes the clouds his chariot, who walks upon the wings of the wind. This is how great God is. He makes clouds chariots, and he walks on wind. You remember that Jesus walked on water. So to walk on the elements is nothing new for the Godhead, is it? Who makes his angels spirits and his ministers flames of fire. Now right there, the apostle in the New Testament comes and takes this verse to argue for the greatness of Christ. I'll pick up there tomorrow, and we'll talk a little bit more about verse 4. So join me then here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, Check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.